What's going on, everybody?
Sup?
We're back. I think has it just been a week we missed? 2 weeks? I don't remember. Was it just
I haven't been at work for 2 weeks, so I know for a fact it's been at least 2 weeks.
Yeah. But we're back. Anthony's feeling better. Hello and welcome all to another episode of the Spooky Horror Show podcast. I'm your host, Sean. I'm here with Anthony, and today we're going to be talking about the 2021 American horror anthology film, Bad Candy. Before we get into that, Anthony, how has your 2 weeks been?
Story short, take care of yourself, people. Alright? Make sure that you're healthy. I ended up getting bronchitis, and I got bronchitis, not misdiagnosed, but I was given the wrong medicine and found out that none of it ever worked. And then I got really scared not to go to work because you're not getting paid, so I went to work, and they had to call an ambulance. I blacked out. So, needless to say, keep yourself healthy. I'm okay now, but the last 2 weeks I've been battling an upper inflammation in my lungs with wheezing. But I'm better now. I'm on steroids. I couldn't speak like this. That's hence the reason why we weren't doing the podcast, and I wasn't really talking to Sean. But now I can fully talk and breathe normal. So, but how's everything going with you?
Besides what I was just telling you about how my porch roof wants to collapse in on itself. And,
yeah, that sucks.
All the construction workers, levelers, contractors, none of them want to actually get back to me. I think what's going to most likely end up happening is I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy a whole bunch of the, weather sealed.
Planks.
Well, what would it be? I think it would be like a 4x4s. Like the straight on square beams. And build my own safety shit until someone calls me back, so the roof doesn't. The porch roof, not the house roof, just the porch roof. It's completely separate.
Still attached to your house, though, you know.
Yeah. If anything, it'll rip off the front siding and shit. But yeah, I want to get all that done. But besides that, everything's been fine.
We got Halloween coming up. All the good stuff are gonna start coming out. All the horror films.
Yeah. I actually have a short that I'm probably gonna record of I think like 5 horror films that are coming out soon that like I'm excited for. When I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, I was sitting there and just like a trailer came on TV. I was like, you know what? Let me look for some stuff. Also, we are going to be changing up the rating system for the podcast to make it easier to understand.
Yeah, truthfully, the way he has it set up now will be a lot easier for you to get what we're trying to relay to you and where you can find it too.
Because it's like being like, oh, it's a 3, it's a 4. It doesn't really like mean anything. Because honestly, what really is the difference between a 3 and a 4? The new system is going to be a 1 to 5 system. 1 is going to be skip it. Like, just don't even bother trying to watch it. It's awful. Number 2 is going to be find it somewhere free, like an ad-supported website like Tubi or any of the other ones. A 3 is rent it. Just a one and done. Just rent it. Spend like $3 renting the movie, watch it once, and it's fine. A 4-star is basically look for it on sale and buy it. It's still good, but we wouldn't pay full price for it. It's definitely, and we've seen a lot of movies where we're like, well, we wouldn't pay for it, but
yeah.
And 5 is go watch it right now. If it's in theaters, go watch it in theaters. If it's available anywhere on a VOD service, just get it.
Yeah.
Buy it, have it, own it. Because a lot of it comes down to is like we'll give something a 4, and then we'll be like, I mean, yeah, definitely try to find it on like Tubi or Crackle or something.
They drop them.
And then it's like, you know what? That shouldn't be a 4. A 4 should be you still want to own it, but you can like wait till it's on sale somewhere. But you ready to get into some production facts? I don't have many, and there are no fun facts for this. I couldn't find a goddamn thing.
Serious?
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of this movie, everybody, there's little fucking small, cute little scenes afterwards to the credits. They should have some sort of thing. That's disappointing.
Yeah, there's like no fucking anything. I was looking everywhere for stuff.
And there's a celebrity in this. I don't understand.
Yeah. Obviously not enough.
I'm actually, all of you out there, I'm actually watching it while we're doing it. That's how much I like this movie. So we'll get into how much I like it when it's my turn.
And I'm actually wearing my Trick or Treat shirt.
The movie Trick or Treat?
Yeah, which is
that was a good movie too.
Another what's it called?
Anthology.
Kind of candy horror anthology, because that film had someone putting Razorblades in fucking candy and handing it out to kids too.
Oh my god, as a 90s kid, that's all we heard.
Yeah, and I never saw it. It was
No,
never
you didn't see it. It was it's just like, who the fuck is giving kids fucking edibles? You think I'm spending money to give somebody else my kid's pot? Fuck you, dude.
This is Bad Candy. It is written and directed by Scott Hansen and Desiree Connell. The film stars Zach Galligan from Gremlins, Michael Aaron Milligan, Kevin Wayne, Corey Taylor, the lead vocalist of Slipknot, Riley Sutton, Derek Russo, Kenneth, I want to try to pronounce this right, Kenneth Chirulio, and Jason Thompson, just to name a few. There's a ton of people in this because it's an anthology stuff, like film. So it's different stories have different people. They start to intermingle and stuff like that. Hansen stated in an interview that he had a budget of $90,000. Box Office Mojo has that has it listed as only making $7,748 in Russia from theater screenings. Yeah, this is another film that was released that only has a box office for Russia. That's it. That's the only box office.
It's an American film.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't matter.
That sucks balls.
So, I know it's on like every free service to watch. So I have no idea because I'm pretty sure it was released. Obviously, it's straight to video on demand, except for in Russia. So I'm sure it made money. I have no clue what. But with all that,
you just can't find it.
Yeah, with all that very limited information out of the way, what are your spoiler-free thoughts on Bad Candy?
When you first started out, I was like, okay, this is because it starts out like kind of like a very Rudolph the Reindeer claymation type thing. So I was like, what did I have? I literally X'd out and went back because I thought I hit the wrong movie. I was like, what the fuck? And when you get into it, it's cool. I liked it. It was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. It gets into more of the story in. It reminded me of like the kids in Halloween 2, the one that has nothing to do with Halloween, where they had the kids trick-or-treating.
Season of the Witch, I think.
Season of the Witch, yeah.
It's either 3 or 4, I don't remember.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's cool. The kid acting is kid acting. I'll be honest. There's a lot of good kid acting out there. Some of them in their little group, because in the beginning of the movie, they're in like a little clique of kids in their treehouse. And some of them I really hope they just went to go play sports or something. But the costumes were actually really good. The middle anthology one they have a really good makeup work on that one. And the stories were good. I liked them.
Which one was the middle one?
The Dracula one. Yeah.
Because like I was saying, some of the actors are like in other things. In like other shorts, so it's like they started the Dracula one and then immediately cut to a different story and then came back later to that. So I was like, what the fuck's going on? No, I like the film too. I agree with you. The kid acting is kind of bad. It's not great. Like you said, some are good, a lot are bad, especially like the main kid actor, that girl. She was awful.
I feel her and the one with the leather jacket. I was like,
yeah,
you needed to work on it a little bit more. I wasn't believing it.
Yeah, so I don't know like what the deal was, and I'll go into it a little bit later, because like I have problems. Like as we go, I'll start pointing out some of the problems I have, but it doesn't take away from liking the film. I would definitely recommend people watch it. We'll give more of the new rating system at the end, but I would definitely say that it is definitely above a 2. We'll say that right now. Yes. It's definitely
it's still free on platforms.
You ready for some spoilers?
Spoilers.
Okay, so this has 2 ways of going. This can either be quick or it could be slow. It depends on how well I can skim through this, because there's a lot and then a little. Radio show host Chili Billy and Paul tell a series of scary stories to their listeners on Halloween night. As he's setting up for his shift, we cut to a drunk hillbilly driving through town. I believe her name is Kyra, right?
The girl?
Yeah, the little girl dressed like, well, not little girl, she's probably like a 13-year-old or something like that, dressed as a witch, riding the bike. Yeah, so Kyra's dressed as a witch, and she's riding her bike through town and then through a cemetery and stuff. There's some random dude whose car breaks down, and he gets out to call for help with it. The truck driver is swerving all over the place, and he looks down to pick up another can of beer when he runs down the guy trying to fix his car, not stopping nor caring about what he just hit. However, he looked up real quick at the road while he was reaching. He like reached down and he looked up and reached down. He never turned a corner. So the person that he hit was always in his view. So he saw that guy, but he didn't swerve.
But he just didn't care.
He just ran him over.
Swerving's for losers, apparently, for him.
But the other problem is, the car didn't look like it was that far into the road. So how did that dude get hit?
Like, it was kind of, yeah.
It looked like the
He's
car broke down
on the driver's side.
Well, it looked like the car broke down in a driveway. So how far was that dude standing in the road to get hit by a car? And how did he not even remotely try to jump out of the way? You saw the car coming towards you. You saw it speeding by.
You can hear those trucks. You can't tell me you didn't.
That truck is not a quiet truck. But he hits the guy, kills him, bumper covered in blood. Well, that's a sticking point we will get to later. Kyra is now running through the woods as it gets dark, and she makes it to her clubhouse. Opening her book reveals a creepy-ass clown she drew in it, and we'll find out it's like some supernatural killer clown known as Bad Candy. It begins to glow before she shuts it.
It's also a supernatural book.
Yeah. Well, is it the book, or is it just an ability she has?
You know, it really doesn't say that, because they say, well, you'll see the girl that's in the leather jacket, she'll say, well, you know what happened last year, and she takes it away. So apparently you murdered people with your brain last year. So is it her or is it the ability?
I have problems about that when we get up to it.
Okay, because I did too. I was like, what the fuck?
She opens the book, it begins to glow before she shuts it and runs inside to meet up with her friends. After greeting everybody, Kyra starts to draw something, but her friend stops her, like Anthony pointed out. This will come up later all over again, and I'll explain my comment that's coming right now. Then, is Kyra fucking stupid?
That's what I mean. I was like, you literally killed it. Like, if this happened last year, your friend just said last year.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean? Why would you do it again, knowing?
It's like, oh, I unleashed this killer fucking clown out on the town. Let me draw some more stuff. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It, like, every time she opens that book, I'm just thinking, just cut her fucking hands. Just cut her fucking hands off. If this is like a thing that she does, just cut her fucking hands off, and then she can't even break her fingers. If you break her fingers, she can't draw. She can't draw. She can't release all these things that are fucking.
She can't murder innocent people.
The greater good. It's the greater good. But we'll get to it a little bit later. They hear smashing outside, and they find a tiny tot bully destroying their pumpkins because he's not allowed in their club. Kyra notices a ton of missed calls from her stepdad and tells them she needs to head home, but she'll meet up with them later. After smashing pumpkins at the clubhouse and around town, then stealing all the candy off of a porch, the young bully wanders into one of those home haunt things. The haunt is made to look like a circus tent. It's pretty cool, honestly. Like, that thing would be dope to have in a fucking backyard. But the little kid's an asshole, so Bad Candy captures him and transforms the boy into a small, like, Dracula figurine, and then he adds it to, like, this demented-ass diorama. It's pretty cool. Kyra ends up being caught by her stepdad on the road, and he screams for her to get into the truck. Her stepdad is the drunk driver that ran over that guy from earlier.
And hit the guy.
However, when he pulled up, did you notice anything missing?
Beer.
Nope.
What?
Where the fuck did all that blood on his bumper go?
Oh, that's just a movie fuck up.
Well,
that's a movie fuck up.
If you look at when he hits the guy and he's driving off, the blood on the bumper looks like a digital effect. Like, it looks like it was effect and they placed it there.
I'm actually following the movie as we're doing this, so...
Right? So if you watch, it's towards the beginning, right after he hits him, if you look at the bumper, it's all shiny in direct sunlight.
Yeah.
It looks, 100%. That blood looks fake as shit, and not like, oh, they mixed up fake blood. It looks like someone grabbed
almost
a
like
photo
like a layer.
Yeah.
Like a layer you'd put over certain layers for a video screen.
Yeah, but then if you look at the bumper when he picks up Kyra at night, all blood on the car is gone.
It's a nice C10.
Yeah, so it looks like they just completely forgot to add that asset to the scene. It was one of those things, I'm sitting there and I see it and he pulls up, I'm like, there's no fucking way this dude fucking drove to a car wash and got his car washed. It doesn't
look like he washes.
And nobody there goes, hey buddy, there's a lot of blood on your fucking bumper. Like, nobody? Apparently, as Anthony pointed out, she's the one that unleashed Bad Candy the previous year through her art. So we don't know if it's the book that's the superpower, the art supplies that are the superpower, or if she herself has the superpower. But Kyra's abusive stepfather forbids her from going trick-or-treating with her friends. He takes her phone. He's really pissed because he catches her drawing again, and he's like, every time you do something, I have to pay for it.
Yeah,
and like that's
true.
understandable. And you'll see, like, they drive up, and I'm pretty sure they're living in a trailer, so it's not like he has a shit ton of money to keep paying the town for all the fuck-ups that she keeps doing.
You mean the murders? Like that? Like,
yeah. Yeah. But also, it's at this point, I don't know how far we're into it. Maybe...
Well, I'm at where we're talking about right now in the movie. And we are at 13:07 where we're at talking
so
about
yeah, we're like 10 minutes in. Does she have a speech impediment?
Not that I noticed.
Because
why,
it's
did you pick up on one?
When she's yelling at her stepdad and everything, it sounds like she has a speech impediment. I didn't notice it at first.
It might have been because she was upset.
But then I also noticed
into it that way.
Wasn't she doing sign language earlier?
Yeah, one of their friends was deaf, and it seems like all the kids learned sign language to talk to her.
Yeah. So, but it's like, but then you listen to her, and she has. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like there's. If you're watching that scene, let me know when they're inside the trailer and she's yelling at him and going to the bedroom.
I'm at the part where he's taking down the fucking all the shit. He's having his little tantrum.
So
it's coming up.
No. It should be before, because they should have arrived home and then went into the house.
Hold on, I got it.
Yeah, rewind to that and pump up your volume so you can hear. It sounds like she has. It sounds like a speech impediment.
Oh yeah, actually I didn't notice that.
Right?
It was like so unfair.
Yeah,
it wasn't unfair. It was like fur.
Yeah, it's like her tongue's not all the way working. So then
now I'm never gonna not notice this. Thanks, dude.
Bro,
you ruined movies for me. I can't watch movies. This bastard. I swear to God, he fucked me for movies. I can watch movies I've loved for my whole entire fucking life. And my wife's like, you gotta calm down. No, this isn't right. I can see a boom. Why did they act that? This is poorly scripted. You fucked me for movies.
I know.
I swear.
I'm sorry.
I swear to God, everything's a goddamn review. I feel like Siskel and fucking Eber in my head.
Bro, but do you realize? I was watching it today and I went, does she have a lisp? And I was like,
it's like, yeah, it's
and
an
you're
impediment,
like,
not like, yeah.
You were like, I don't think so. And then I'm like, no, go to the scene and and then you're like, oh fuck, she does.
Does. You don't notice it when you're not like paying attention.
So it's like, as I'm writing it, is she fucking stupid? And then I get to that scene and I'm like, oh wait, does she have like a disability?
I mean, just me. Yeah, right.
I was like, oh god damn it.
Into the story that way, though.
No, it just seems like she has a speech impediment. So I was like, okay. But then I'm like, is there something wrong with her?
Watching Night of the Living Dead. What?
Yeah, but then it does make me think, like, she's not learning from the fact that when she draws things,
murdering people.
They come to life. Sometimes they're good, but apparently for the most part they're bad. So
yeah.
So is there? Is she?
There?
Like, is she a little? I don't want to say handicapped.
Does she have a disability? Am I the asshole?
Yeah, like
a learning impediment, a speech impediment.
Yeah, she's old enough to know what she's doing is wrong. It's hurting people.
100%.
But she keeps fucking doing it, and no matter how much people yell at her, how much she's getting punished, like things get taken away. What's coming up is her stepfather kills a bunch of her fucking creations and stuff, and she just give me back my book. I want to draw, and I'm like, no. That's why I was saying, like, break her fingers, man. If she can't use her fingers, she can't draw. If she can't draw, these fucking things can't happen.
Listen, she could do that. There's people who could do one of these little stubs.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to have hands. I had to explain to my kid the other day that people that don't have arms know how to drive still. He's like, how does it happen? I'm like, I don't know. There's mechanisms, but they can still drive. Things.
But yeah, so
I've worked on those. They're very hard to test drive.
Yeah. Now that I've now ruined this performance for Anthony, because now he hears the impediment. So every time she starts talking, you're just gonna hear it. The stepfather locks her in her bedroom and tells her, like, she's not going out to see her friends, blah, 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 all this stuff. So Kyra immediately sits down.
Fucking Picasso over here.
And starts drawing stuff. And, like, they're out and they seem all nice to her. But then, like, the fairy...
The goblin...
I think, like, the fairy... Is the fairy...
Nah, the goblin first.
Well, no,
the goblin first.
No, first is the fairy, and she's floating around and being like...
yeah,
stuff
that
like
one's
that.
nice.
And then she draws like the little goblin thing, and that's like trying to chew its way through her fucking bedroom door, which makes her stepfather be like, what the fuck is this girl doing? And he goes in, and again, she's drawing shit, and she's creating these things. And he's like, I don't have the money to keep cleaning up your fucking messes. So he kills the fairy. Oh, first he kills the little goblin thing. Then he squishes the fairy and gets like green goop all over his hands and shit. And he starts saying like, thank God your mother isn't alive to see what you've become. So then she draws her mom, and then her mom comes out as like this ghost demon thing. Yeah, and she's immediately fucking evil.
You create this time. I'm at that scene.
Yeah. So the mother appears, and she's like a vengeful ghost thing, and then sucks out her ex-husband's like soul, and by soul I mean blood. And I'm just like, you don't fucking learn. You legitimately do not fucking learn.
And now you're alone. She has no one else in a trailer.
Yeah, like, oh, she'll probably just live in the fucking in that treehouse. But yeah, but here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. You ready for this? Are you around that scene where the killing's happening?
Yeah, he just squished the fairy.
Okay, look at the hands. He's got green goopies on his hands, right?
And it's in the opposite hand. No, that's the right hand.
Yeah. Now watch when he goes to grab his throat. Like when the mom.
There's nothing on his hand. What are you doing to me? There's nothing on his hand. Son of a bitch! You can't wipe the fairy blood off you. It takes forever to wipe fairy blood off you.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
it's the details. If you're gonna make a shitty fucking horror film, this isn't shitty. But if you're gonna make an offbeat fucking one, make it be detailed.
I just loved it. I was like, the fuck did the green goop go? And then he died. Now, all right, I guess we'll put that in. That'll be added to the notes. Kyra goes outside and finds candy that Bad Candy had been collecting for her. And with the scream of... was it a skeleton decoration on her house, or was it one of Bad Candy's? I don't remember. We're now 20 minutes into the film, and we're just now getting the title card for Bad Candy. It then cuts back to Paul as he counts Chili Billy back in, and he tells the tale of Razors in the Candy by Mr. Grimsley. Passes them out to children and shit like that. A little girl is dressed as Little Red Riding Hood and knocks on Grimsley's door, and it seems like just another trick-or-treating encounter. Grimsley asks the little girl if her or her mom would like a cupcake, and you can see how annoyed he is by her follow-up questions that I feel like you and your kid would fucking do. Is it gluten-free? Whoa. Is it vegan?
No, you dickweed. No, we just take what we get and then we give it. Normally,
and then you throw it out
to like other kids. No, we give it to. We don't waste. We take what we could have, and then what we'll do is I'll bring the bag to work, or we usually on Halloween there'll be like something out for kids to come trick or treating, and I'll contribute the rest of it to there. I'll recycle. I'll give it to other kids.
I just love that as she's asking that, and she's just trying to be nice. She's like, is it like vegan and gluten-free and stuff? And he's just like, what? Yeah, sure. Like, yeah. He's like, I'll go get you one.
He already looks like a fucking pedophile, so...
Yeah, and it's one of those Razorblade cupcakes. So he hands that to her. She skips away from the house and trips, dropping her cupcake and her candy on the floor. When she goes to pick up the cupcake, Bad Candy stomps on it and shakes his head no.
Yeah.
Rightfully, she gets up and GTFOs out of there. She doesn't want any part of that. Oh my god, like I ate so fast today because we were late. Yeah, now I'm getting nothing but acid reflux. But yeah, so she gets the fuck out of there, and I love that I got so tired of typing out Bad Candy, I just wrote BC. It's a whole lot of, because it's like this, it's a lot of this guy and then Bad Candy does this, Bad Candy does that, then the guy does this. So it's just like, I'm not gonna keep writing that out. BC. Bad Candy picks up the candy bucket and heads over to Grimley's house. He knocks on Grimley's door, and as Grimley walks towards his front door, he finds a random Jack-in-the-Box on the floor. Bad Candy, or BC, slams on the door again. This time Grimsley opens it to just find Bad Candy standing there. BC taps on the Jack-in-the-Box, and it springs open, shooting powder in Grimsley's face. Good. He then stumbles into the house towards the kitchen to wash off his face. Bad Candy follows him close behind, but Grimsley seems to be able to quickly wash this shit off his face. Absurdly quick. For someone that was like freaking out, it was like, oh god, it burns. Like he like went, water, and then it was like, all right, I'm good.
Bear mace.
So yeah, Bad Candy enters. Grimly's now able to see, so he shoots Bad Candy with a shotgun. It does nothing. Bad Candy possesses Grimly and forces the old man to eat Razorblades as he chokes on it. I want to say Bad Candy rips his head off. I think that's
I'm
what
at
he
that
does.
scene anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he does. But next, we cut to a grungy Halloween party in a rundown warehouse. Charlie, a drug dealer, makes his way in selling his products and flirting with girls. Abby is texting her boyfriend asking where he is when Charlie comes in and flirts kind of shitty. And he's like,
Everything
I can see you're
Charlie's
having...
shitty.
Yeah, he's like, you're having a bad day. I got something that could pick you up. He gives her some drugs. He's like, they're on the house. First time's free. Hope you have a good night. And she's like, yeah, whatever, and walks away. We get more scenes of Charlie giving people drugs, but this entire time, I have not once seen this man take money from anyone.
No, but he's spotting people. He's kind of flowing people, but he's not once used the drugs. Yeah. I don't get tattoos from people that don't have tattoos.
Yeah, so it's like it's so fucking weird. I think just before Charlie leaves, 2 twin drunk skanks bump into him and act like total bitches, blaming him for them bumping into him.
I love that scene.
So
it's like, because I ran into you, right? Well, yeah, bitch, shut up.
It's like, shut the fuck up, you drunk. So he gives them drugs, they take it, they disappear, and then they go and find twin metalheads, and they're like, hi, and then that always creeps me out. Twins fucking grouping up together. I don't like that. That's weird. Identical twins.
Oh, okay.
2 sets of identical twins dating.
Like that.
I don't like that.
Like the Doublemint twins back in the day.
I don't like that. No. It's weird. It almost seems like it's a fucking fetish. I
guarantee you, it's probably considered one.
It probably is. Inari God says, I know this is a red flag, but isn't Razorblades kind of big for tricking people to eat? Like, I know I'm a sociopath for saying this, but like thumbtacks or needles broken in half, perfect thing to hide in cupcakes.
He is correct.
Better chance of true damage. Yeah.
Because literally me and my wife said the same exact thing. He is correct. That's really creepy that me, him, and my wife have the same idea. Yeah. We're like, he's not using like the small little blades. Like if you notice,
he's using those big ass ones,
those long, jagged ones. And I'm like, if you take one bite like a normal human being, you would fucking bite into it.
Yeah.
If you shoved it into your whole mouth, you still would have to chew it.
Unless
you're Kevin from fucking unless you're Kevin from fucking The Office and you're just shoving it down your throat like Cookie Monster.
Because for me, like the whole Razorblade and the Halloween candy scare is kind of the same bullshit with I think it's been like the past 2 years or something that the new big thing that everyone's scared of is there's fentanyl stuff, and if you touch it, you die. No, man.
I mean, they're having the cases, but it's not like that. It really isn't as... It's bad, but it's not the way they're doing it. Just like when we were in the 90s, we had this every fucking year. Every year we were... Then they wanted to try to have us not be out late and shit. And it's like, none of us have ever found this. And we used to get, pixie sticks. We used to have a lot of, really kind of weird... Yeah. Oh, remember when we had loose candy? Unwrapped candy and shit?
Yep.
We used to have all kinds of weird shit when we were kids. Never
90s
once have I ever had that happen.
No, I've never had bad shit.
Ever.
I think the worst shit I've ever gotten was probably someone gave me a toothbrush or an apple, and it's nope.
Gross. The apples, the apples or the orange or whatever. It's like, why would I want to eat this? I don't know. When
you give me an apple, I'm gonna throw it at your fucking house. That's what's gonna happen to that apple.
You rot my teeth out. This is what this day is for me as a kid. I want my candy. I want it now.
It's so fucking weird that I've never. Full disclosure, I've done a lot of drugs.
Very much.
Just nothing needle based because that's disgusting.
No. Well, I don't know. When you've been told your whole life never to do something like black tar heroin, you know what I mean? You know the repercussions. Yeah, I don't want to do it, but you're chasing the high.
I've seen enough people on heroin. Dude. I mean, shit. My sister was fucking hooked on it and everything. So it's like, no, I don't need. I'll do stuff that doesn't involve me having to inject myself with fucking needles. I'll save needles for doctors and tattoos. That's it. Yeah. But I've never had a dealer just give out product ever, especially during a party. And it's not like he's just giving it.
And if it was for me, it was like we're both you know what I mean. We're both doing it. We're not. Yeah. It's not like, oh, here you can now leave with my product and give me absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
No.
I think the only time I've seen a dealer give drugs for free is to a hot chick that was then gonna blow him, and that became the payment. But never just like, you know what? Take it. Happy Halloween. Never. No, that's not gonna happen.
Far more addicts in the world if there was.
So yeah, it's
always good for us kids that grew up with really fucked up families that were all like, you know what, just do the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm at the scene where there was blood on the toilet paper. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we're about to get to that.
It looks like a giant tampon.
Yeah, we're getting to that now.
It looks like a giant tampon on a stick.
So he's talking about drug dealer Charlie. He heads out, and on his way to a gas station, passes by Bad Candy standing in the middle of the road, holding up a sign that says "Play with me."
DDC.
DDC. What's
drug
that?
dealer Charlie.
Oh, at the gas station, there's some streetwalkers out there, and let's be very clear.
Streetwalkers.
Let's be very clear. Also, I have never seen hookers of the streetwalker variety look that good. These women are hot.
Well, it's Halloween. It's
No.
I do not think that. I think the African woman one was hot. I don't think the one that the white looking one was not. I don't know any of their names. The one that was in the middle was ugly, and I think the other one that was on the right of her.
No, you got to look at them again. The black chick that drove him to the pimp, she was attractive. The tall white chick, she was attractive and had a great body. And then the other black girl that was with her, a little bit too much makeup, but still super attractive. Regardless, none of these chicks would ever be seen on a street corner picking up Johns. Like, no. Those are not the ones.
Halloween. It's Halloween.
It
might have been.
It doesn't matter. They are. It doesn't matter if they're in costume. They're still far too attractive. These are like call girls. They are call girls.
Do you mean you haven't been donkey punched and teeth knocked out and chunks of hair out from guys on the street? You mean they're not like that? Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're not the streetwalker variety. So it's so fucking weird seeing these girls acting like regular street. It's like, no. We finally see money exchanged for drugs, which is awesome. At some point, it had to happen. Charlie grabs some beer outside, gets propositioned by one of the hookers, but passes because, you know. And then he heads into the nasty-ass public bathroom that Anthony was just talking about. He goes to take a shit, and he goes to roll the toilet paper, and it looks kind of wet until you get to a spot that just looks like a bloody tampon. And it is disgusting.
Just like
it's so fucking gross.
It looks like a tampon that's that big with a giant blood stain.
Yeah, it's so fucking disgusting.
Godzilla's vagina during the period. It was disgusting.
Now, he's taking a shit, which first, why the fuck would you take a shit in that bathroom? That bathroom is a fucking disaster area, and when it comes to me editing this podcast, like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you're a public shitter. Look at that bathroom.
I wouldn't have done that.
That is disgusting.
I wouldn't have done that.
I would rather shit outside. You're surrounded by woods. Go shit in the woods. What are you doing?
He's not even hovering.
Disgusting. No,
he's not even hovering.
He's bare
ass to cheek. Ass to fucking seat, man.
No, get out of here. Absolutely fucking not. But then
what's that? Hep C.
But then he texts a number. He texts a number that's on the wall.
800 pager or whatever it was. I was like, why would you put your phone number in someone else's phone now with that?
But it immediately gets a response of his feet under the stall, which gets him to get up, not wiping because of the bloody tampon toilet paper, and runs out to find a guy just standing out there bleeding from the mouth. And he's like yelling at him, "Are you taking the photo of me? Are you taking the photo of me?" Dude, the guy doesn't have a fucking tongue. Like, you should. It's like, okay, all right, man.
And you think he's answering you?
Yeah. So the guy falls to the ground, and it reveals a killer behind him wearing a devil mask. Charlie runs back into the stall, dropping his phone outside, because of course he does. It's a fucking horror film. After toying with him for a couple of minutes, the dude slices Charlie's hand, and then the dude in the devil mask stabs Charlie through the door in the head, and then smashes his face into the toilet repeatedly, knocking out all his teeth. We then cut back to the warehouse party, where Abby's boyfriend Matt dumps her via text, calling her creepy and boring.
The fuck you dating her for?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, later on you find out why he doesn't want to date her. Let me tell you, because I got some comments to say about that.
So he texts her, "Lose my number, you're creepy," and something else. How long were you dating her that it took you this long to realize, oh, you're creepy and boring, lose my number?
At a Halloween party that it sounds like he asked her to go to.
And let's be clear, she may be creepy, but as I'm going to explain, she's hot, but as I'll explain a little bit later, she's not boring.
No.
Because if she in any way, shape, or form does regularly what I'm about to talk about, that's not a boring thing. That's a conversation starter. That's like a I'm sorry, what?
Conversation starter.
Yeah.
That's a
she go, I'm sorry, what? And we'll get to that now. So after the boyfriend dumps her and she flips out on him, she gets a text from her boss saying, "Hey, I know it's Halloween. I know you have the night off, but a body just came in and I need your help there. There's no one there.
And hasn't she been
works
drinking
at a
already,
corner.
Like?
The what?
A morgue. She works as a coroner. She's at a morgue. But wasn't she at a party drinking already?
Yes, but they need her to work the grave night shift, so she decides to go in. While there, she's annoyed that her boyfriend left her, and I think before she takes the drugs, she's talking to the corpse of an attractive guy that's dead, and strips him down, and is like, oh, okay, looking at his corpse dick. Okay. So I'm pretty sure it's then she takes the drug, drinks a little bit more, and then climbs on top of him and starts grinding on him there, and she could just tilt it.
You have to die with a hard-on. You have to die with a hard-on for rigor mortis to stay
I don't know.
on.
Maybe she's thumbing in this guy's corpse penis. I don't know. All I know is she's grinding on it, drinking, and fucking a corpse.
I have never seen that kind of shit taking acid, and I've done acid tabs. They always embellish this shit entirely too fucking much, okay? You need to calm down, people that make movies, alright?
Yeah. Regardless, Abby was getting off. So,
get it.
Creepy. Absolutely. Boring? If she's gonna sit there and fuck a corpse, just imagine what she would do with you. This chick is not boring at all.
Wait, what is it? Down to fuck?
Yeah, DTF. Down to fuck.
DTF, she's down to fuck. Dead people.
She's hot. But once that happened, that's like, nope. Nope. We're gonna halt the brakes right there. Absolutely fucking not. Then out of nowhere, the corpse comes to life and freaks her out. So she falls off the table, looks back. The corpse isn't moving. Suddenly, it starts moving again and chases her around the morgue into the body cooler. When she locks herself inside the body cooler,
there is always a fail-safe lock on the inside of those because I've been
every one of them. But I think. Because it's coming up. So inside the cooler,
to this combo while eating.
Yeah, all the corpses begin to rise in a threateningly way. They surround Abby as Bad Candy peeks his head inside, and then Bad Candy locks her in there as she screams. The camera pans to show that the guy is still just laying on the table. So I'm assuming all of this was in her head and not actually happening. Man. Yeah.
No, it's probably Bad Candy doing it.
Yeah, so we don't actually see her die like all the other people, but she is locked in there. So I feel like it would be cold, but would that be like freezer level cold?
I think it is to 30. I haven't been in a morgue since I was an EMT.
Yeah.
It has to be cold enough because once they put them in the cadaver things, the fucking giant mail slots and shit, it's cold in there. It's not freezing, but it's to the point of where your body temperature is low enough.
I just caught an Arigod telling Father Figure not to pay attention to this convo while eating. So now we cut to Anthony's favorite section. Well, part of Anthony's section. This is where we meet some of the soldiers. Daryl is dressed like Dracula, and he's talking to his buddy Vince about the night's festivities. Vince is making fun of the fact that Daryl is once again dressed like Dracula for Halloween.
Dracula.
So Daryl is a rideshare driver, and he picks up some like douchebag passenger and then just leaves him on the side of the road because he's an asshole. Now, I'm pretty sure he sent the text that was like the rabbit's on the run or something like that.
No, he is supposed to pick up the rabbits.
Yeah,
it was his job to get the rabbits.
So now,
which you figure that out later on.
Yeah, but was he letting him go, or because he was a douchebag, did he drop him off there so someone else could grab him to take him?
I think he was just letting that one go. I think he was like, I'm not even gonna fucking bother with this.
Yeah.
But I don't think that guy was part of later on part of the reasoning they were doing it. I think he was just a fucking dick.
Unless he's the one that got away.
He was the one that got away.
Yeah, because I don't. In my head, I can't remember what he looks like. Because
I'm literally following the movie while we're watching. I'm not there yet. I haven't gone ahead. Okay.
This now cuts back to the party in the we'll call it the Degenerate Warehouse.
Yeah, that's what warehouse.
Marie? Is that her name? Yeah, I think it's Marie. She's stuck doing like 7 Minutes in Heaven with this asshole Chuck. He's a douchebag that she's been dealing with since like elementary school, but he's also the last guy, I think the last guy at the party? No.
At the whole entire party?
No.
It was him and another dude, wasn't it?
Chuck was the guy that was walking around pretending to flash people, wearing the red hat. Yeah. I think he was the last guy to get drugs outside from Charlie before he went inside and then gave the two skanky twins drugs and what's-her-face, Abby. But yeah, she's been dealing with this douchebag since elementary school. They kind of give off this vibe like at some point they dated, but I don't know.
She mentioned that like she like they did
Yeah.
fool around or something in their younger years. But he turned into a douchebag, She said.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you were okay when we were younger, but now you're a fucking dick.
Yeah. Leaving the party, she finds her car blocked in, so she calls the rideshare, and her driver is Daryl. Dracula Daryl.
Dun, 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 dun.
At home, she finds one of the drunk twin skanks puking on her front lawn. She's babbling that this isn't her house, but he dropped me off here. She then notices that her front door is kicked in, and outside is calling for Jimmy, and then as she walks in, calls for Jimmy again. There's no answer. She walks further in, and she finds Chuck and one of his buddies robbing her house. How did they not hear her calling out for Jimmy and
outside?
Outside and then inside. Or
what about the fact that you don't fucking go inside the house that has your door open and it looks like it's broken?
But it's like, they're not like subtly going through her shit. So
and
the house is...
This was my biggest issue with this whole entire interaction. Okay. The girl knows where he lives, who he is, his age, description. They grew up together. Yeah. Unless you're killing her, all of this was just the dumbest fucking idea ever.
Well, I mean, he does end up trying to. So
that's what I'm saying. He's trying to, but like, why would you do all that? It's dumb.
It's dark. She walks in, and they're not exactly quietly going through her shit. So she could have heard that too, and then just leave. But instead, she sneaks around, and she's like watching them from the kitchen. And the friend thinks it's the cops, but then Chuck is like, "That's no cop. That's fucking her." Blah blah blah. And then he tries to like grab at her and stuff, and the friend is like, "I want no fucking part of this," and he leaves. So after the friend leaves, Chuck,
not a rapist.
Yeah, then Chuck tries to rape her. Him and her start fighting. The altercation.
There are no rape scenes in the movie. Just to cut him off, we don't allow them on our stream. So just if you're watching it, don't be afraid. You can watch it through it to the end.
Yeah, they engage in like a violent physical altercation. Eventually, it'll spill to outside, but before that, Jimmy throws her to the ground, kicks her in the stomach a bunch. He probably broke some ribs. He tries to force feed her pills, but she spits him out and kicks him in the nuts, escaping into the garage. Hiding in the garage, she ends up using the nail gun to nail his feet to the floor and then runs outside.
Yeah, baby.
Now, would that nail gun, because it looks like a generic nail gun, would that really go through the concrete too? I feel like maybe a little, but not like good. You know?
Those are called like Hilti guns. Hilti guns have like a buckshot, like a round in it that will shoot it. So that'd be in a normal nail gun. I probably not. And then you're going through a foot. It's releasing the force.
Bone, and then concrete. Like, I feel like he would be in pain, but he was acting like he was stuck to the ground.
He would be stuck to the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, so she runs outside. Chuck catches up with her, and she swings an axe at him, but misses. Women, am I right? Yeah. That's a joke. It's not a
joke.
Thing. He takes the axe from her and smacks her in the back with it.
Oh.
I'm assuming with the blunt side. Because I guess he still wants to fuck her?
No, it wasn't the fucking blunt side.
It wasn't?
When he hit her with the no. This is where I get pissed off and I'm pulling one of you. Alright? He picks up an axe. It has the head on the axe. He hits her with the fucking axe. It shows a scene of it on the axe head and a broken piece. The next scene it cuts away, it looks like the head popped off and the full thing's not broken. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
I don't know. I didn't even catch that. I was too busy looking like, did he hit her with the blunt side of it? Like, what the fuck is going on?
He like chopped at her and it broke. Anything I've chopped with a fucking axe is usually chopped. I don't know what the fuck.
He takes the thing, he hits her, they fight still towards the swing set. Jimmy somehow gets tangled up in the swings, and then Marie holds his legs, choking him to death.
Do you want to explain to me what happened?
I think that
Did it possess the chains?
I think that was bad candy. I think
Bro,
that was bad
I was so
candy.
upset at that fucking scene. I rewound it for my wife. I was like, do you see this fucking idiot? Did you hang himself? He just put it around his own fucking neck? Yeah, it's like, you know, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Don't keep running away. Hold on. I have
so
to.
Pissed.
Oh no, the swing set. Oh, hold on. Okay,
Dummy.
go. It's like, no, get out of here. Fucking stupid. I think that was bad candy. I think that was all just bad candy doing that. And then when she saw that he was stuck, she just took the opportunity to be like, fuck no, you're not going anywhere. So yeah, she holds him down. He ends up choking to death. And then she eventually passes out. While she's unconscious, bad candy appears and dismembers Chuck, putting his head at the top of the slide. Later on, one of Kayla's friends... later on, one of Kayla's friends is passing by and spots her. I'm assuming this is Jimmy, like the Jimmy that she called out when she got home.
1 second. So I don't know if you noticed it. I'm at these scenes.
Okay.
The playground equipment has BC on it. When you look behind that dude's head, on the upper side, on the inside of the playground set, is BC. That's fucking awesome.
So I guess it is Bad Candy doing it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool that they put like a little thing in the background with it.
Yeah, but yeah, so this is Jimmy, one of Kayla's friends, and I'm assuming that this is Marie's little brother, I guess, because nothing is really fucking explained like at all. Okay, so I guess, yeah, so Daryl the vampire.
Oh my god, I didn't notice that. Oh my god.
What?
I'm at the scene where the actor that used to be in Gremlins says to fucking Corey Taylor, he's like, make sure you don't eat before after midnight. You know what happens.
Oh, yeah.
I did not. I've watched this movie 3 times in 2 days, and I have just now noticed that.
Daryl is going to pick up his latest fare. It is one of the prostitutes. I think it's the shortest of the women. And while driving her, I guess to meet... No, I don't think she's driving... Wait, is he driving her to
he's driving her to meet the pimp. Yeah.
Well, they go to meet the pimp, but I don't remember, because she was picking him up, I think, to take him to a fair, to one of her jobs, but then they cancel. And I think she said something about the pimp will be mad at me, so he's like, oh, I've always wanted to meet a pimp. So she's like, okay.
Pimp. Yeah. Probably gonna kick your ass, but...
So she takes Daryl to meet her pimp, and when they're there, one of the pimp's associates is about to attack Daryl because he goes and he's like, oh, I always wanted to meet, blah, blah, or whatever. And then all of them are treating him like a piece of shit because they probably would. And then Daryl shoots him with his cane gun, which is pretty dope.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Vince then joins Daryl at Pimp HQ. Apparently, Vince and Daryl both served together in the military. No idea what exactly that means, but sure. Daryl and Vince fight a bunch of the pimp's associates and capture the rest. I think the best one, though, is when Daryl is fighting the one and he kicks the chick in the dick, not knowing it was a girl. And she takes off her mask and she's like, nope. And then he just cracks her in the tit with his cane. It's like, that'll work. The men then take the captives to a forest where they're joined by Scott and Lenny, 2 other ex-soldiers that they were in the service with. They have the captives stripped down and cuffed behind their backs. While on their knees, the soldiers throw blood on them and put masks on their head. The vampire mask of the killer from the gas station. Yeah, the mask, the vampire mask that the killer at the gas station was wearing is in the back of the truck. So I'm assuming at least one of these guys is that vampire killer. I don't know which one, though.
The vampire killer? You mean the one that turns into him?
The vampire mask that's in the back of the truck is the same vampire mask that was that killed Charlie. That person that killed Charlie.
That's what I said too, yes.
I just don't know which one it is because none of them are like actively killing.
There's a tattoo that you can see about this much in the scene with the glove. And I was trying to figure out who it was in the movie, but you don't see enough.
Because my whole thing is like they all seem to just be like killing them. Like how they killed all the pimps and stuff. But then like those guys that they captured, they weren't killing. So I'm like, why the fuck did... Like, whoever this was cut the tongue out of that one dude and killed them, and then killed Charlie. And yeah, Charlie was a drug dealer. Well, he didn't...
Like, harm people.
He didn't do anything. He just gave people some drugs. And he wasn't giving children drugs. They were all adults, you know?
I feel like that's what they were doing. They were trying to, like, get rid of the trash, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Because then I'm like, none of them did anything that was that violent, except for... Lenny, who transformed into a vampiric bat creature thing as his former squad mates released the captives to be hunted and killed. So I was like, maybe Lenny did it?
Was the one that did it? No, wait. The dude with the tattoo?
He was white.
It was white. It was a white person with a tattoo, so like about 2 inches you could see.
So maybe it was Scotty.
It wasn't the big guy. It wasn't. Yeah. It had to have been because that giant guy was not that size.
Yeah, no, that was a normal ass dude.
Yeah.
While Lenny kills and feeds, the other 3 men are throwing spears at the captives as they run away. One person manages to make it back to town as the radio station's power goes out and it ends up coming back on because of generators and stuff. Paul sends a caller to Billy for the last story of the night. The caller asks him to tell the story about the ghost hunters that came to town. Judy leads a team of television ghost hunters on an investigation of a haunted house The house is the site where a young boy named Jacob tragically died after being trapped inside the house after setting a fire. I think Curtis and Judy's daughter, who I never got Judy's daughter's name. I never even bothered looking it up. I think they're supposed to be bringing gear inside the house, but instead they go searching for
twigs. And then
twigs.
they were seen, yeah.
It's like, I don't understand why. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. You know, I'm like, hey, let's go bring the gear in. Okay,
hey, listen,
let's
maybe
go
they got
get
ADD.
twigs.
You've known me long enough. You know, I wander off sometimes when I'm in the middle of doing something.
The psychic, or Judy, has visions revealing that the bullies told Jacob to go get old comics from the basement if he wanted to go trick-or-treating with them. So he heads in and they leave for a while. The power goes out again and Paul gets up to go try to get everything running again. Before Billy continues the story, an irate caller blasts Paul for the They blast Paul for the inaccurate stories being told and the pain that it's causing the family. He hangs up and Billy continues. The fire was an accident. He was using a lighter to see in the basement when he got scared and he dropped it, ended up setting things on fire. Running upstairs and banging on the door to be let out, the bullies just laughed at him and called him a baby. A vision causes Paul to become paranoid and he goes searching for whoever's taunting him in the radio station. He ends up in a room with bad candy, and now he's trapped in that room and it's burning, similarly to how Jacob died. The bully responsible for Jacob's death turns out to be Paul. Paul could have saved Jacob, but decided, nah, I don't want to. The caller is the ghost hunter. Yeah, the caller is the ghost hunter's daughter. She tells Billy that her mother's last words were, "It was Paul." Chilly Billy tries to get Paul out of the room, but can't, and flees the radio station as it's engulfed in flames. As Billy comes out, Bad Candy goes to kill him, but Kyra tears up the drawing. Yeah, she tears the drawing in half, banishing him. And over VO saying something about we see all the night's victims or something. I don't fucking know. It was something stupid. She has a speech impediment, so I can't really make out what the fuck she's saying. Abby, I guess, either froze to death or is just like comatose in the body freezer. Marie is with the cops, and they're making sure she's okay. The lone survivor from the Bat Monster Massacre is still running around in his underwear, bound by the hands and with a pumpkin on his head. Kyra's
Why
friends
wouldn't you take the pumpkin off?
Dude, I don't know. Kyra and her friends meet up at the clubhouse and enjoy the night's haul of candy. And some kid tries to give the Bat Monster a candy bar or something, but then he just flies away.
Ran away. See what I mean? Like a lot of these, the kids, like people that are not bad, or you know what I mean? They didn't get killed. Like, are they really doing something wrong? I'm just saying. Yeah. Mid-credit scene shows where the half-naked survivor is running down the road past the gas station where two of the hookers still are, and they're still just standing out there. Yeah. The ex-soldier discusses. The ex-soldiers all discuss going to Waffle House. Pumpkinhead dude finally makes it to a payphone, but can't call anyone because of the pumpkin on his head. He leaves annoyed, causing the hookers to leave and I guess go find a new spot. And then that is the end of Bad Candy. Woo! Fun facts. If you want to watch some cute little, like, after-scenes things, watch it, the credits. There's, like, small little
have a good night, Father
clips of scenes. Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by.
There's like a bunch of little things.
Was the stepfather, do you happen to know if the stepfather was a wrestler? He looks like he was in someone that reminded me of one of the wrestlers back in the day.
Yeah, his name is Kevin Wayne. Kevin Wayne is an American actor best known for The Magnificent Seven. Kevin also is a working producer, director, and writer, native to Birmingham, Alabama. Got his acting career started when he played the role of a Russian terrorist in Under Siege.
Under Siege, bro. You know the last time I fucking seen a Steven Seagal movie?
Probably when he wasn't outwardly such a fucking douchebag.
Yes, that's exactly it, actually. You're right. Oddly enough, you did actually hit it on the nail there.
Fun facts, I got nothing. I couldn't fucking find.
We don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens. There's just no, like, good stuff out there. I mean, even when you go to, I like how the video that starts to play on their IMDb page is Abby going to pull out the cadaver, and it's when you scroll down more, the first two like videos on the page are her. One of her going, it's a video trailer for going there, and then the other one is her just standing there in her sexy nurse costume. It's like even the stuff here, it's like kind of
all nothing big.
Yeah, it's like Chilly Billy announces his radio station is 66.6 FM frequencies range from 88 to 108 megahertz. Anything in the 66 frequency range would be transmitted on a television band rather than an FM, though anyone whining about this in a horror film has bigger problems. Chilly Billy is Corey Taylor from Slipknot,
which I think he did pretty good at.
Thing you said, Chilly Billy tells Paul not to eat after midnight. Gremlins weren't supposed to be fed after midnight, but Zach Allen, who was in Gremlins, plays Chilly Taylor's Paul. There's really nothing there. Like I said, when I go to look up information on it, it's like I get very infrequent like things like, oh, this article has like a snippet of something, this article has something else. It's like nothing's really
not
coherent.
Full. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can skip fun facts today and go straight into your spoiler-filled thoughts.
What
on
I
the film.
think it was.
Yeah. What'd you
great.
like? What you didn't
Honestly,
like?
I didn't like inconsistencies. Like now that you pointed out more of the inconsistencies that I found, I didn't like the inconsistencies. But it happens. I know when they go in post, I know that probably just like with us, I know that sometimes you just can't get a good enough scene. You're like, fuck it, or you're just really rushing through it. You're like, just put it in. We'll work with it.
Yeah.
So that bothered me. The costumes were actually really good. From what you know of the box office, where they made about 90, you said 90,000 and brought in 75, only from Russia? What was it?
They brought in 7,765.
7,000 instead of 90,000 they spent?
Yeah, they spent, supposedly the budget was $90,000 and they only brought in 7,000 from Russia. Yeah.
See, that's pretty shitty, to be 100% honest. But if you watch the movie, though, like the Dracula guy, that's some good fucking work right there.
Yeah.
Bad Candy, that was an awesome fucking. I love the hand thing because they have those out a lot now. The ones you can get like a generic one to have your longer fingers, but they anatomically move. I thought that was awesome. That costume, they did really good job. So honestly, I'd watch it. It's free. I would probably pay $4 to watch it, to be 100. Not knowing what I know now. If I didn't know, I would probably do it free, only because it's very hit or miss with horror.
Okay, yeah.
But honestly, I'd
it's
watch
available on Vudu for $9.99.
If you're a horror person, I would buy it.
You can buy it for like
What about Amazon?
Definition. Standard definition is $9.99. High def is $12.99, which is still fine because renting it's $4 for standard and $5 for high def. Because if there was like a Blu-ray copy of this, I would buy it. I would absolutely buy it.
Well, I found on Amazon already right now that there isn't a Blu-ray, but there is a disc version for $13. But that's not Blu-ray. So I don't know if they even made it.
Like, I really don't think that there's like even special features in it, which it always aggravates me. Like, how much could it possibly cost to just hire someone to just be on set with you and film behind the scenes shit? Like, that's not a lot. I've done it. I've fucking done it. Like,
you don't have a groupie that you can have come around, a little brother of one of the people there?
Directors of indie films, I implore you, if you're making something, shoot behind the scenes stuff. Because it's great promotional material for the DVDs when you want to sell them. Putting it on YouTube to like as promotional material.
People like us,
I'd be more than happy. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to come out and shoot BTS shit. I got a fucking Blackmagic fucking Pocket 4K,
camera?
a Sigma fucking lens. I got a whole fucking kit that I can go around fucking film shit. Fucking edit it. If you want to send someone else to edit it, that's perfectly fine, so long as I get paid. I don't really fucking give a shit. But it's why I like and tend to give money to this indie film director, Dylan Nix. He makes great horror movies. He makes great drama stuff. He makes it super cheap, but he has BTS stuff for it. So
okay, so you're getting the full ambiance of his work.
He made the movie Sharp Candy. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's special features here, making of, featurette, episodic commentary with the cast and crew, and I'm pretty sure all of that's also on YouTube. You could just watch it on YouTube. Halloween Spookathon, the Baron von Laffo Halloween Spookathon. That's another film that he did. He has the original VHS version, and then he did basically a documentary on the making of it, because this one in particular was really rough to get done. It's a 82-minute documentary called Scary Doesn't Really Matter, the making of a Halloween Spookathon. And that one was great. He took a break from doing anything and then ended up coming back to it and finishing it, and it's a great film. If you're making, like, all of that shit is like extra stuff, and that helps. So when I see this movie is so good. It's so much fun to watch. The majority of the performances are really fucking good. But then it's like you want to find out more about it, and it's like, we don't got anything. It's like you probably could have paid someone for like however many weeks, like $500.
Involved?
Yeah, like it's crazy. I don't get it. But I, on our news scale, would probably, I mean, it's so cheap. I would probably give it a 4.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that. Like I said,
buy the movie. If you can find it
yeah.
on sale, get it on sale, but definitely buy the movie. It's worth having in your collection.
Because to be 100% honest, if you like horror or you like that, like scary movies and stuff for Halloween, do it. Like we have we have Hocus Pocus of download, you know, all those, and then we have all my horror films for the whole month of October that I own. Add it to the collection. It's definitely worth it.
Next week we have.
Isn't it The Faculty, or am I making that up?
No, we didn't do The Faculty because it's more sci-fi than horror. It's like way more sci-fi.
I'm throwing it up.
We're doing the Spirit Board sessions.
Spirit Board sessions. There we go.
I really don't want to watch this again. I don't even know if the microphone can pick me up whispering this, but
yes,
I really don't want.
But you picked it, so I have to watch this now.
Yeah. Yes, this is it. All right. So this is the trailer for the Spirit Board sessions. This is going to be next week's movie.
That was the goddamn. That was the trailer you showed me?
Yep.
That was a fucking terrible trailer. Alone.
Yep. I'll let you in on a secret. The film ain't any better. Jeez, put it this way. It's to the point that, like, I don't even think there's nudity in it. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there isn't. But even if there was, that wouldn't save the film.
Wouldn't have helped it.
No. This is absolutely going to be that film that makes you go, what the fuck, dude? Yeah.
I love when they just make films for films.
Because I remember watching this, and our God said, I've lost brain cells from this trailer. Yeah.
See, I was like, as long as I'm not the only one.
What I would love to do is, like, middle of the week movie night. Where it's like, middle of the week, we get in Discord.
It's hard for people.
And we all watch this. Just, like, last thing before bed while we're eating dinner, you know, shit like that. Just so we can make sure people are watching this movie, like the movies that we do. But yeah, I remember when I first watched this, it made me angry because as a director, as a screenwriter, as a cinematographer, and as someone that, like, wholeheartedly loves the horror genre and would be perfectly content only ever making horror movies like the rest of my life.
Yes.
Watching this made me angry because I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? What are these shots? Why are you setting it up like this? Why are character motivations all fucking over the place? What the fuck is this? Did no one read the script? Did you have a script? Where did you find these people? Some of these people are like professional actors, but they don't act like it. Like, so I'm like, everything in this made me so fucking angry. Pulls Ouija board out from under glass table, surprised only after seeing it fully out. Yeah, like, dude, it's infuriating.
Just the acting in the goddamn trailer was terrible.
Yeah, the audio is terrible. The camera, I don't know what they shot on, but it wasn't good. It's a lot of problems. And this is a newer film. This is from 2022, and it looks like it's shot on a potato phone. It's like it's bad. Like I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff written, and
this one will have fun facts. Watch.
Yeah, and then I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 paragraphs of complaints.
Oh, okay, then. That makes sense.
So
that makes sense.
That is it for this week's episode of Spooky Spooky Horror Show Podcast. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and we will see you all next week.
Next week.